I've already seen this end. Every choice you make, every breath you waste, every second you think is yours, it isn't. I wrote the fall before you learned to stand. A fragile throne on bones you don't recall. Every step you think you lead just guides you to the fall. You speak like you're immortal, like your voice can shift the tide, but every word is pre-decayed before it leaves your mind. I am the end, you never see the weight in your reality. Every path you think is free leads you back to me. Was never yours, just mine. She begged for meaning in the dark, like something's listening still. But I'm not mercy, not a god, I'm just a final will. I am the hand inside the wound, the silence in the room. Every second ticking closer to the echo of your doom. You try to fight the current, but you were made to drown. Every scream you think is yours is just a borrowed sound. I watched you from the first mistake, I watched you justify every lie you fed yourself just to survive the lie. I am the fracture in your faith, the sickness you create. Every line you try to cross was always sealed as fate. You call it choice, I call it drift, a pattern you repeat. Every version of yourself collapses at my feet. You want a God to answer you, to tell you what is true, but the voice you're waiting for is just me watching you. See it clear when there's nothing left to be. You'll understand the only truth. You were always me. I am the start, I am the end, the break you cannot bend. Every life you try to live returns to me again. This was never your story, just something you moved through. I've already seen it. Every step, every failure. You think you're choosing? You're not. I decided where this ends before you fucking started. I watch you build, I watch you fall. You call it yours, it's not at all. Every move, every breath is just a line towards your death. Get fucked. You were never in control. Get fucked. I already took your soul. Get fucked. Every path is just a road. Get fucked. You think you fight, you think you win. You don't decide when this begins. I see it all before it's real. You beg for truth, I don't reveal. Get fucked. This was over from the start. Get fucked. I've been tearing you apart. Get fucked. Every second falls apart. Get fucked. You call it fate, you call it chance. I call it lines you never had. You scream for God, you scream for air, but nothing's there. I'm always there. Get fucked. You don't get to rewrite this. Get fucked. You don't get another wish. Get fucked. Everything you are is this. Get fucked. You don't move unless I let you. You don't breathe unless I say. You don't live. You fucking obey. Get fucked. Every step was set in stone. Get fucked. You were never on your own. Get fucked. Everything you've ever known. Get fucked. You break down slow, you come apart. Exactly how I wrote your part. You feel it now, the slipping end. No way to stop, no way to bend. I don't hate, I don't care. You're just a thing that isn't there. And when it ends, you finally see you never were. You were just me. Get fucked. I am everything you are. Get fucked. I'm the wound and I'm the scar. Get fucked. You were never going far. Get fucked. You felt real. That was the mistake.